extra. Second car on the right back. Oh, he gets hit by the Rahal Letterman Lanigan BMW.
Yeah, that's Bruno Spengler aboard that move to a liveried car, so he gets
down at turn one. He was on his own, just locked it up, got onto the dirt on the outside and couldn't get the car turned, and when he hit the grass, pretty much he
prototype off the road as well. Now that was a move that was coming a long way back. It was the 62. What happened here was this on the in lap. Oh, there's a car backwards at turn one and it's got, so that's what's happened. Missed that at the time, but at the point it's the 16 Wright Motorsport car, isn't it? I think it's the Wright
It's down at turn number 6. Oh, well, I say that. And of course, side by left rotate hips out of the pits. Well, that was interesting because that is
for with the 70s. But again, shared real estate. The Porsche looked like it was. It didn't turn in. It didn't turn in.
So, you know, these guys, they're fighting for everything out there. They don't know initially. Whoa!
There's a hit! There's a hit! Oh my goodness me!
It was on the outside. He's not on board from the 57 car. They're heading down. He wasn't left a lot of room, but the 57-12 here. So yes, I think you're right.
Just missing his braking point. You come through the kink. And maybe got his left-hand Michelin's on the grass there, Jeremy. Round and start another lap, I think, after spinning at turn 16. Loses the back end of the car. Again, fairly early in the piece. And the Ally 48 crew are going to have some work to do. This car, they had to effectively re-shell that machine. Well, that was an odd one. And catching up with a couple of cars, tries to go around the outside at turn 17. I see, lost it on the bumps. His driver's door is stuck up against the wall. It was at turn 2 through into 3. They were battling for position. Oh, Pereira lost it early and at the wheel, and well, that happened from a very long way back. Yeah, and it was the 99 that was.
I mean, that was coming together. There's 2 cars involved in that one.
Oh, that's the Wins car as well.
Oh, he's got the back side of it. He's just got he's just
in front of the Mazda that went offline, and then there was a touch. Dane Cameron, rather than from the the car they were lapping, which was Gabriel Aubry in the Tower Motorsport car, difficult to say.
And then Philippe Albuquerque in the 10th. But yeah, the Whelen Engineering Cadillac Pipo was going around.
Oh, it did hit the car, and it spit the car sideways into the emerging Vautier. He did nothing wrong. That could have been so much bigger. Pretty much dead side-to-side contact. 2 cars joined. Does it give way to traffic from the right then, coming out of the pit lane? Jeremy, have been committed to turn 1. Oh, spin and a touch. But what else can Hawksworth do? He lets the Mazda through. He's got to turn in at some point. Very big incident indeed. Coming through turn 1. Oh, he's rolled it. It's actually gone all the way over and back onto its wheels. It's left stranded on the track. Oh no, slid on its own and hit the. No, the wheel came off. So comes out of turn 17. Perfect line for Engel, and then the rear wheel parted company with the car and sent him into the pit wall. From a podium spot there, 157.013 for that car. Oh, leader and a hit on the Corvette. That's 3. Lost it under braking, hit the barriers on the right hand side going into turn 8, picked up the later on, lost it at turn 1, didn't even hit the curb, banged the tail up on the left hand side again, and does get the whole shot down into turn 1. Now does he pick the right braking point? Behind, absolutely does not, and round goes the number 8 tower. Done, I think. No, that's another under braking, just tagged the right front on the, as we have 4 hours and 8 minutes remaining at the Glen. 3 suspension damage, And it's the same part of the track, but this time he spun it into the pit lane.
There's a distant view.
It was the curb. It was the curb.
Lost it.
And went
inside first.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then to the outside. Ouch.
The bodywork went to driver's left. The car actually stopped in the middle of the road, and then Gabby was just rolling it, I think, clutch dipped, trying to get off the middle of the road, which he did rather. Earlier on, it was very, very difficult conditions indeed, and of course we do have a penalty.
Jim, let's have a look at the replay. Just turns into the corner, and he just carried a little bit too much speed in there, I think, for this for the outlap. Around it goes. He does make.
But I think he probably just caught a bit too much curb. He was sliding before that, actually, and did it just grazed down the inside, but is blocked by Kevin Magnussen, who goes for second place, and there's a touch, and round goes Ollie Pla. He was pushed, I think, by Colin Brown. Yes, he was. Contact with the 54. Yeah, the blue era E-Deck car. And that's just on the curb as well. It's the curbs. The curbs have got wetter, Jeremy. They were using them earlier on.
Ricky Taylor going into turn 5 just carried a bit too much speed in, but Ollie Pla's really struggling. That was a big slide he had under braking there for turn 3. Then he goes off the road and makes contact with the barrier. But moments before that,
and the top 6 made up by the Carbon Audi R8 and then the Heart of Racing Aston.
Whoa.
Big hit. And wheels being locked as well. But that car's dropped down the field as well. And that was the assault that's the 66. And that's where the green door mirror disappeared. Alex just about clipping the wall out of turn 8 with the... As I say, I'm not really sure when he's just sitting there. Still running on a green flag at the moment. He was defending into turn 1 super late. How late on the brakes? Well, too late. And the tyre wall on the exit of turn 1. And that's a change of lead. Now, did he jump or was he pushed? He had no one in front of him. He turns in, just didn't turn in. That was the problem. Branded tyres. Oh, hang on. Well, the Carbon Audi was right there beside him. That was the number 39, the green and yellow car with Richard Highstand. Was going across and got a tap. Squeezed the Corvette number 3 into the Scuderia Corsa Ferrari and came off the worst. About issues of tyres, they have done their job there. Once he was on the grass, lost that going into the roller coaster, and then from then on he was a passenger and just did not appear to slow down. Just lost it on the way in to turn 11. Took too much pace into the first left-handed part and didn't even take too much of the curb on the inside, but the car just drifted out.
So let's see if we can see what happened here. He dives to...
He's come from a long way back.
It's a long way back.
He hit the curb. Hit the inside curb. Garcia hit the inside curb. Debris, by the way, down there, just clipped the inside curb with his right side Michelins, and that kicked the bright yellow Corvette side.
Here's Krantz trying to get by Brownson coming down through the roller coaster. Doesn't see him. That's a big hit side to side, but I also saw looked like maybe part of the front splitter of one of the cars come off. Zoom on the brakes here. Let's see. Just slides wide. That's up at 11 and 12. We see this quite often. The left rear gets dropped as you're trying to get it done. I'm going to think it happened similarly, except there was another car right there. I wonder. A slide sideways. The car hops a little bit, starts to go over, then comes back around a complete 360.
To hit the short shoot between rear left Michelin on the grass before the Allegra Motorsports car that got into them. Down the inside, actually, the bright green number 19 Lamborghini was there.
Michael De Quesada dives down the inside, goes in a bit deep, comes back on the racetrack, and Rob Ferrer, he must have seen that you just left no room for the Mercedes on the right-hand side. And Rob Ferrell, I'm afraid,
My hero, because thanks to him, we should be able to talk to Antonio Garcia and first Jordan Taylor. Jordan, 21 wins in the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship now. You are the leader in that, but the first win in
on it, have the guys go through the data and see where we can improve for next week. But it's going to be another fight next week. And
the wall, sorry shit. Now this was coming back to the restart, and the Corvette was up to speed. The 79 WeatherTech car just got through there on the left-hand side, but something slowed down some of the GTD cars that were in front of the GT Le Mans cars, and I'm not sure how that happened. They don't reorder all of the classes, they just put the prototypes in front. And
yeah, I think that's the concertina effect. You saw everyone braking, just coming down into 10A, they're braking hard. You saw the puffs of smoke, even with the DPI leaders, and there's always a concertina effect. And the farther you go back down the field, the more you're going to have that situation. You can see here the cars in front just slowing, and it's like a motorway pile-up. The cars in front stop, then it just has a concertina effect going back. And we were on board, you could see with Jordan Taylor there, and he was braking hard. He saw the hit before it happened. You see him take his hands off the steering wheel, and the impact was so hard that it opened his visor for him. That just gives you an idea of how heavy that first impact was. And he's gingerly getting out of the car, but he seems to be okay.
yeah, that is an ex-Corvette.
But look at that debris on the right there, John, and it's going to be